The following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericawomen.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall-Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter.
Welcome, everybody. I hope that you're having a wonderful week, and I'm excited to be starting February with all of you. And this month is one that it's a new year for many of us, as well as this is a time we can lean in and focus on love and kind of evaluate where we are in things. A lot of times we'll start January with all these things that are laid upon our heart. Ideas that we want to bring forward, changes in our life we want to bring forward, ways that we want to transform and step forward in life really powerfully. And then February comes, and it may start looking a lot like last February. And we may have lost a little bit of that momentum and that movement forward. And so I thought it was a perfect time to bring to you a transformational coach and messenger who really has upon his heart for a lifelong journey of really helping bring transformation in your life, and his heart is to really echo that out into the world. And so I thought it was perfect timing for us to lean into somebody that can really support us on our journey. And my heart in this is I have found transformation is a journey. We don't just suddenly arrive transformed someday and then it's smooth sailing from then on out. I find that we actually expand and contract and expand, and then we'll have storms hit and we navigate through that, or there are things that we'll shed or remove and evaluate and step forward. It's this very living, alive, challenging, wonderful, rich journey of life that we have, and we are transformed in it, and we get to touch the lives of people around us. And I was reflecting back on people who have brought some of the richest transformation and empowerment in my life. There have been some of those dynamic leaders and speakers that have touched my heart, given me opportunities and ideas of ways that I could come out in the world. But when I really get back to the core of what planted the seed, what nourished it along the way, it was what we might view as everyday people that were willing to share the gift of themselves richly with me, and the ups in life, in the downs in life, that they were willing to walk beside me. And I had grandmothers that were willing to be women in my life, not just a grandmother figure, but were willing to share their wisdom and the journey of life with me, and how they made choices, and encouraging me and supporting me in mine. My father, my mother, my stepmother, these people that really invested their life with me, their time with me. People that I met on the street that were willing to smile, encourage me, bring that spark back into my life when I was disheartened and discouraged. Those are the people in the everyday living of life that have been the foundation, in a sense, that I've been able to grow with and on and move beyond. In a sense, not beyond them, but in a sense I can move to new levels of touching lives because of how they've invested in me, of their time, their energy, and their life. And I work a lot with people that are coming out of hiding and shining. I work a lot with messengers and speakers that are called to touch the world in that way. But we all are messengers. We all have that opportunity in everyday life. And I wanted to take a moment before we start our in-depth conversation to remind you that there's a reason you were attracted to this show. There is something here for you today. And I want you to lean into whatever it is that will serve and support you as a messenger on your journey. We all have an opportunity every day to invest in another or not, to smile or not, to encourage or not, to celebrate, to share our lives, or to hide and withdraw. And I want to encourage you in our conversation today to recognize that you are a messenger, that you have transformation that is going on in your life. And one of the biggest gifts that you can give another is sharing the journey, the expansion, the contraction, the lessons learned, the celebration, walking beside, encouraging one another, the richness of life, and you in it. That's the biggest gift you can give another. And it happens day by day, in the day in and day out life that we live. Every moment matters. You are an incredible gift. There's nobody else just like you. No one has your mixture of background and history and story and gifts and wisdom that you do. And so my desire for this show, and actually all of our shows, is to support you, to empower you, to bring yourself forward, to encourage you on your journey in a practical and profound way. So let's lean in to our conversation today. Have your ears opened, ready to hear, your heart ready to receive whatever it is that is for you, that will support you on your journey. That's why we are here today, and that's the gift that I want to give you in our conversation. So let's go ahead and take a moment to take a deep breath together. We get very busy in the hustle and bustle in life and can be pulled a lot of directions. So I always love to have a moment for us to connect heartbeat to heartbeat and in breath, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Those of you who are driving, please keep safe, hands on the wheels, eyes alert and open. Just tune inward and listen in. Those of you who are able to, I encourage you to put both feet on the floor. Close your eyes. You're absolutely safe. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head. Take a deep breath with me. Let's take one more big breath, filling your belly. And out. And in this space, eyes closed, bringing in all of you, heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit. What is it that you need today? What is it that will serve, support, encourage, and empower you? And just see what information comes forward. It can be a picture, a thought, a memory, an image, sound. Use all of your senses and receive this valuable information of what it is that will serve and support you today. And when you're ready, come back into the room, capture that information. I encourage you to write it down. Let's keep it top of mind. Because when you know exactly what it is that you're looking for, then you don't miss it. You can see it. You can receive it. You can lean into it. So keep it top of mind. Let's take one more breath together. Beautiful. And with that, Ron, our amazing guest today, do you mind sharing what was laid upon your heart?
Yes, thank you, Rebecca, for having me on the show. What came up today is, I love your introduction about transformation. And transformation is essentially the journey of love. And what I felt was really important for me today is to reach deep inside, to really connect with the deepest expression of love within me and allow that to be expressed today on your show and for the rest of the day.
Thank you. I'm breathing that in. And I just want you to notice, listeners, it's not an accident that we are in the month of love talking about transformation, because you're right. It's the deepest expression of love. And I believe being willing to share that transformation with others echoes our heartbeat out and brings transformation to others. I think what was laid on my heart is remembering that we matter. All of those little things, quote unquote, that we do day in and day out make a big difference. People are looking for authenticity, realness, connection, encouragement on their journey. And we can do that giving the gift of a smile, letting someone go ahead of us in line, really being willing to honor that prompting of the heart, even if it doesn't make logical sense, is a way that you're touching other lives and you're responding to the cry of their heart as well. That we are all connected, and it makes a powerful difference in how we choose to be part of that connection and support one another. And I want you to feel very connected and supported in everything that you do. So I encourage you to breathe that in. Listen to what is in your heart. Allow yourself that space and that time to really lean in and bring it into your life. In a moment here, we're going to move into our first commercial break. And as we do that, I encourage you to take a moment. You have 2 whole minutes to listen and see what it is that you need, what the cry of your heart, the message your heart is wanting to share with you today. Take the time. We build it into the show to serve and support you. And one last thought before we go into this commercial break is, as you're listening to the heartbeat, to what is being called to come forth with you in love in your life journey, I encourage you to also be willing to say yes, because we have a choice. We can say yes or no. And when you say yes, I find the how, the details, the plans, all of those things come forward with it. But you have to make that yes or no decision first. And I encourage you in your life to lean into what is being called forth in your heart and say yes. The how will follow. I promise, promise, promise. So with that, lean into this commercial break. Take this time to really listen in to what it is you need and what your heart is sharing with you today. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Your favorite Voice America Talk Radio Network shows and hosts are in your car, outdoors, and wherever you need them to be. Listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim Chi Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cami Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Rebecca Hall Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com, and make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you took the opportunity during that commercial break to lean into you, to listen to your heart, to not only what it is that you need, but what is being called forth. And then are you willing to say yes? Because you absolutely have a choice to respond and say yes or no. But my heart's desire is that you lean in and say yes to what is being called forth from you and with you, because there's no one else just like you. And I shared in the beginning that we have a transformational expert that is joining us today to really support us. And you heard some of his heart in our opening segment. But I wanted to take a moment to share a little bit more about his background. From my perspective, our guest, Ron Kikuya, has an amazing gift to touch people's hearts powerfully. I believe as you hear him share, it is always from the heart, and you will feel his passion and his love and the calling on his heart to support others in their transformation so that they can touch the world heart by heart, life by life, or group by group in the way that they are called. I know you are going to be richly blessed by what he has to share with you today. Here's a little bit of his formal background. He is a transformational coach, healer, speaker, and producer. And he produces television shows as well as has a production company. So he has a lot of experience in helping people be seen and show up in a visual way. And his lifelong mission is to create powerful transformation in the world. He has a global vision, which I love. Please lean in and help me warmly welcome the amazing Ron Kikuya to the show. Welcome! Yay!
Thank you, Rebecca. I love that introduction. I truly appreciate your heart and your passion as well.
Oh, thank you. It is my pleasure to have you today. And I always like to start with a question first before we get into the content, information, and the wisdom that you have to share with us today. Do you mind sharing why this work of transformation is personally so important to you?
Yeah, I've been on quite a long journey in my life, and as an immigrant, one of the things that I came into this country to do is to really find happiness and success, because I sacrificed so much in that journey of losing everything in my home country. And although I was only at the age of 4, it was such a big impact to me because it was a huge separation from the people that took care of me from when I was 1-year-old to a 4-year-old. But the journey of transformation is a lifelong journey. And what I've realized is that, I'm continually evolving and growing. And sometimes in life, we think we're going on the path that will make us happy. I spent 16 years, for example, working to be a leader in information technology. I got my engineering degree, and I worked up the ladder, thinking, the path of my life here is to find the American dream and live that American dream. And when I got there, I married the love of my life. I got the career that I dreamt of that would bring financial independence, got the house in the hills, have an amazing son. I reached a place where I started to feel extremely empty inside. Because what I was doing is I was listening to the outside world of what would bring me joy, and I wasn't completely listening to my heart. And when I started to listen to my heart, I realized how empty life could be in the midst of what people could see as success. And it wasn't until I lost my cousin, who was only 21 years old, hit by a drunk driver, that I started to question, is this really worth it? Or should I really look deep down inside and find what brings me true happiness and joy? And that's when my life started to change. So I started to listen to my heart, and my heart said, I want to make a powerful difference in the world. As a transformational coach, I want to help people to find true happiness and what their gifts, their talents, their messages to the world.
Thank you for sharing, Ron. I appreciate you sharing some of your background and that pivotal moment for you. When we have those times that we lose somebody, it does give us pause for reflection, because life isn't a guarantee. That we don't have tomorrow guaranteed, like we have today. And the decisions we make about how we're going to spend today and our plans for tomorrow and the choices we make matter and make a big difference. So I want to thank you for sharing your heart with us, some of your why, and I celebrate that you used that opportunity to move forward on what had been placed on your heart, to make a global difference, to touch the world in a transformational way. So thank you, Ron, for sharing.
You're welcome.
And some of what you were sharing that touched my heart was that as our hearts give us these messages, because listeners, we all had that chance in that first break to listen in, that your hearts don't lie. Even if it seems big or grand, or I don't know how that could possibly happen, or who am I to think of doing something like that, your heart is speaking truth into you. And I know when I had it placed upon my heart to step into the direction of the work that I do now, I was painfully shy and had come from a background where it was literally not safe to be seen or heard, and had trouble saying my name, much less anything else, in front of 2 or more people. My body would shut down, my voice would close off, I would shake, I would turn purple, I would sweat profusely, and be out of my body almost. And yet what had been placed on my heart was that I wanted to touch the world in a positive way. I wanted to impact others so that they could see how amazing they were and what a gift they are to the world. And I wanted to encourage them on their journey. That was the seed that was placed on my heart. It took me a while, several no's, before I said yes. But I am so privileged and honored to be able to do the work that I get to do today. And what I have learned is every step prepares you for the next. So even though that seemed impossible at the time the seed was planted, and my heart quickened with recognition that this is what I wanted to do. This was how I could touch the world and serve and make a positive difference in others' lives. That every step I took after I finally said yes prepared me for the next. It's a journey, as Ron was saying. It doesn't happen overnight. So I want to encourage you to really be open to what your heart's saying. And if it seems big and grand, be willing to step forward and know that you will be prepared every step of the way, step by step by step. You'll be stretched. It'll be scary at times because you're going somewhere you haven't gone before, but you will absolutely be prepared. Now, Ron, I wanted to tap into a story that you have shared before on stages. Are you okay with me doing that? It wasn't part of the approved questions.
Yeah, of course. Of course. I'm an open book.
Okay, well, I want to ask you. It's okay to say no. But I just thought it would really serve our listeners today. And you shared this story about the cheese. Do you know which story I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Do you mind sharing? And we have just a couple minutes, so we can conclude this story if it takes a little bit more time than the time we have right now. But I would love for you to start sharing about the cheese.
Yes, the cheese. And I promise it's not a cheesy story. But, I relate so much to you, Rebecca, when you talked about this fear of stepping forward or this fear of being visible, because I, too, when I was growing up, I was deathly afraid of stepping in front of a group or speaking up or really having all of the eyes look at me, because one of the fears that I had was the fear of rejection. And being foreign in a new country, not having, the same American background and knowing how to, do sports, since my father was so busy with working so many jobs trying to make ends meet, I felt so alone. I couldn't play with the kids because I didn't know how to play football. I wasn't really good at soccer. And so when I ended up in this new school, I felt like hiding. And the only place I could hide was in the playground. And there was this structure that I called the cheese. And it was a cylindrical concrete structure with holes in it. And I would climb through a tunnel, and I would look through these holes out at the world. And I saw the kids playing and laughing. And deep down inside, I had this deep anxiety, this fear that people won't love me, people won't accept me. And I started to isolate myself. And in the midst of all of that, something inside me started to awaken, because I knew that was not what my life was about. It wasn't about hiding and looking at the world and being amazed at what people can do and feeling small. I started to feel something inside me swell and start to pump my blood. And that's when I decided that this is not the life that I want, that I don't have to hide, that I can stand in my own power and start to believe in who I am and really come from a place of my truth. Because the reason why I was so afraid was because I didn't know. And when you really think about that, sometimes we think something's going to happen to us because we really don't know much about it or think we won't get along. But when you go inside and feel your heart, you realize that this is your life, that you have the power of choice. And at that moment, I decided that this is not going to be the life that I'm going to live. I started to explore ways to alleviate this fear, this insecurity inside of me. And
Ron, I do need to interrupt. We're going to our commercial break. So when we come back, no reason to apologize. I was captivated. Is when we come back, we will learn some of what he learned to step out of the cheese and really into his life fully. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Your favorite Voice America Talk Radio Network shows and hosts are in your car, outdoors, and wherever you need them to be. Listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Rebecca Hall Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Age with Attitude TV is for the woman who does not see her future as a nice little old lady, but rather she sees herself living a bold, juicy, kick-ass second half. Now, if this is the life you want for your second 50, then Age with Attitude TV is for you. You'll find stories to inspire you, plus money and metabolism tips that really work. Check it all out at agewithattitude.tv, presented by Jan Rose Distel. Find us on voiceamerica.tv. And remember, it's never too late to create a life you love.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Kim Chi Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Tune in for Suzanne Ross and Lighten Up TV, evolutionary wellness for the body, mind, and spirit. Each episode features Suzanne and her amazing guests, including inspirational authors, speakers, wellness experts, and spiritual guides. This series is focused on achieving total well-being so that you can live well and love life. Visit lightenuptv.net to find out more. Lighten Up TV is presented by the Awakening Center, a nonprofit for those seeking a higher way of living and being. Don't miss out on living your best life now. Go to lightenuptv.net today.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. And we had a bit of a cliffhanger the last break. And Ron was sharing about the cheese and how he would climb into that structure on the playground, in a sense, be an observer of life instead of really engaged in it, and was hiding. And there were a lot of reasons why the hiding and the why we hide in life. And what he's going to share with us is the exciting conclusion of how he was able to step out of hiding, step out of the cheese and into life. So Ron, please empower us and share how to step out of the cheese.
Yeah, so in that cheese, this half a foot thick of concrete, I started to feel actually safe in that cheese. And I started to also listen to my heart. And in my heart, what I heard was that even though these kids were great and they're playing and they have these athletic abilities, that I too had a gift. Maybe my gift wasn't being the best at playing soccer or throwing a really good spiral at a receiver in football, my gift was being creative, being innovative. And I loved to create things. You know, at home, I would be inventive. I'd take things apart, learn how they work, and build all kinds of inventions with my Legos and gears and motors and electronics. And so I started to embrace who I was and the light that I had inside of me, the thing that I was passionate about. And more and more and more I embraced that, the more I was able to shine in the world. I even embraced the fact that I was a geek. You know, back then it wasn't so cool. It is a lot cooler now to be a geek, especially in Silicon Valley. But I realized that being a geek is saying that I'm proud, that I love technology, that I love innovation, that I am here to help empower people in that way. And so as I started to move forward in life and embracing all the little gifts in my life and who I was, sharing my heart, helping people, I started to expand. I started to grow. I started to outgrow this fear of people. And I started to connect with love, with passion, and with service. So I encourage all of you, if you feel like you're inside your cheese, the way out is actually through your heart, to actually see yourself in your brilliance, in your greatness, and embrace you. There's only one you out there in the world. And you have a very special message, a very special gift that can touch the lives of people that you meet. Embrace that. Be that.
Thank you. And as Ron's sharing, I'm sitting here nodding in a way to underline what you're sharing. Be that and embrace it. Embrace it and be it. It makes a big difference. And thank you for helping us out of the cheese into life. Like, this is the way out. This is the way to fully engage. And Ron has actually created something really special that he's going to be sharing with the world on a global level. You're going to hear about it here first, which I'm very honored and excited about. And I want to hand the floor over to you. What is it, Ron, that you are creating that we're going to be able to experience, I believe, starting next week? Do you mind sharing what is it and your vision for what you're bringing to the world?
Yes. You know, one of the reasons why I left my career that was earning me six figures and was secure, guaranteed a retirement at the age of 55 was because I had this vision inside that was in alignment with my heart. And that vision was that I wanted to touch the world. I wanted to help people to find more love and joy and transformation in their lives. And through this journey, I've realized that one way I can do that is by supporting others to step forward in their greatness, in their message of wanting to make a positive difference in the world, to step forward as a transformational messenger. So what I'm launching next week is this amazing new show to support people who have something in their heart that they want to express to the world and make it a part of their life. Make it, you know, even if you have a business around it, like you're a coach or a healer or a conscious entrepreneur, how do you really nurture and expand that part of you, your inner messenger? Because your inner messenger is the foundation of your business, of your life. And so this show is going to bring different experts and guests and create this powerful journey. I'm not just picking random people that I meet. I'm actually crafting a journey to start at the very beginning, at the very core of what being a messenger is, and that is your relationship with yourself. To listen at the soul level to what is the message that's emerging from within you, that's wanting to be expressed, that's wanting to be heard in the world. And this journey is going to help you to embrace your truth so that you can really embody your message, empower your message, find the right way to express it, the medium, etc., and also expand your impact. How do you reach more people in the world? And I'm going to bring amazing guests to help guide us, as well as to create space for you, the messenger, so that you have space to be on your journey and find your unique path.
Beautiful. And what type of a show is this?
Well, this is an online TV show that's going to be launching in your amazing channel, Rebecca, Empowered Connections. And it's a 29-minute video. We're going to have interviews, some of the shows and other shows. We're going to take it deeper, have some exercises and ways that you can really go deeper in your journey and build a more powerful foundation as a messenger in this world.
Beautiful. And I'm really excited to have you joining our television channel and bringing your message to the world. Our heartbeat in this television channel, Empowered Connections TV. And for those of you who are wanting to know how to find it, it's empoweredconnectionstv.com, because we are empowering connections within and out and really touching the world in a positive and transformational way. And that's the type of programming you will find on this channel. And what I'm really excited about with you, Ron, and what you're bringing to us is it's a very living and energetically alive show that's designed to touch people's lives, to empower them, to help them have transformation in their lives and support them on their journeys. I'm really honored to have you joining us. I'm really excited to be launching your show starting next week to share with the world. What day will it be launched on?
It'll be launched on Tuesdays, and the reason why I picked Tuesdays is because Monday is one of those frantic days, and Friday is the kickback day. Wednesday people call hump day, but Tuesday is like the perfect day for you to really go into your transformational journey. So I would love for Tuesdays to be transformational Tuesdays for you, so that you can settle in and connect with yourself, because you still have the rest of the week to make changes and shifts and new choices in your life to bring more transformation, joy, and love.
I love it. Transformational Tuesdays. I claim that for you.
I love it.
And for every listener, we're claiming Transformational Tuesdays for you. You heard it here first. And Ron, I know that you've put together an amazing gift for us today, and I just wanted to give you a chance to share a little bit about that.
Yes. The amazing gift is a video that shares a little bit about what Transformational Messenger TV is all about and why I created it. And it's really interesting because transformation happens in life, and things happen in life where, for example, January was a very challenging month for me. There was illness in my family. There were other things. I had an injury that I had to nurse, and all of these things started to happen. But I still continued to go on that journey, and it was challenging. And I wasn't able to create the show that I wanted to really powerfully introduce Transformational Messengers TV, but I was able to create a show, a 5-minute segment, to just give you the core of what that is. But come next week, we'll have a full show to really encapsulate and bring you into that powerful journey of transformation.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for persevering and creating a taster of your beautiful show to come. And listeners, we are getting ready to go to our next commercial break. It goes so quickly. I wanted to let you know 2 things leading into this break. 1, I really encourage you to listen to our sponsors, listen to the commercials during the breaks, because these are organizations and people that believe in you. They believe empowering women and transforming lives is important. And so they are leaning into you. And I invite you to get to know people and organizations that are investing in you. And secondly, you'll hear announcements like our forthcoming shows and a little bit of information about them, so you're kept in the loop. Secondly, when you come back, I will let you know how to access this powerful video, the taster that Ron has made available to you. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Your favorite Voice America Talk Radio Network shows and hosts are in your car, outdoors, and wherever you need them to be. Listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Rebecca Hall Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cami Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed that commercial break. It got a chance to lean in and listen to your heart, as well as get to know some of our amazing sponsors and be kept up to date on some of the upcoming programs that we are launching or are part of. Now, I was talking with Ron behind the scenes a little bit. I always like to check in with my guests and just see if anything else is laid upon your heart or is something more being called forth to share with all of you. And one of the things we talked about was, again, this journey of transformation. And I opened the show sharing that it's a journey. You don't suddenly arrive. We're not suddenly outside of the cheese and we never have moments that we crawl back in. We do at times because there are challenges. We're not living life in a vacuum. There are challenges that come forth, especially if you are called to step forward in a bigger way, to touch other people's lives, to bring transformation. I believe there are challenges that come along in that journey. And I wanted to give Ron a moment to share a little bit about that and how his show is really designed to support you in the journey of life and transformation. Ron, do you mind sharing a little bit more?
Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you. You know, one of the misconceptions that people have around transformation, especially when they see these amazing speakers that seem to have everything put together and seem so perfect, is that transformation is not about finding perfection in yourself and in your life. Transformation is about honoring you and your experience in your life so that you can love yourself more, love your life more, love the people around you more. It is the journey of love. And so what I invite all of you to do is to find space in your life, whether it's, going and watching my show every Tuesdays, to go on your own transformational journey so that you can come back to center, not try to fix yourself or try to be perfect at something, but to start to really listen and honor where you are and what you need and how you can shine in this world. It's just spend a little bit of time a week. Every Tuesday, Transformational Tuesdays would be great for you to go inside and be in your journey, not be caught up in the world that is pulling you in different directions and maybe losing a little bit of your connection to your heart. So whatever you do on Tuesdays or a different day of the week, make sure that you have that space for you. And that's what has helped me on my journey, especially the times when I feel like I'm lost, is just taking that time to breathe and feel where I am. And really honor my feelings, explore it, maybe even talk to a friend or a coach if you have one, or watch an empowering show about the challenge that you're having in your life so that you can get more insights and truly find that path to transformation.
Thank you. I want to remind all of you it is not a solo journey. Nourish yourself. Lean into things that are going to feed you, empower you. And for those of you who are binge watchers, because I know you're out there, as well as binge listeners, that you like to start the beginning of a series and watch them in order, you will also have that opportunity on this channel. There are a lot of amazing shows that are weekly. Every week, new shows are coming aboard that are transformational. They all focus in a different area, but what's consistent about them is bringing positive living messages to the world to make a positive and empowering difference. You will find that. And know that we'll have the archive so you can share a show with your friend again and again, as well as watch it or do binge watching. We know you do that, and it's totally fine. You will be supported on this channel in that way. So let me share a couple of things with you. One, how you access Ron's amazing gift, the video that he's put together to give you a taste and a flavor and his heart behind this powerful series that he's bringing forward. You simply go to Radio Gifts, it's plural, gifts.net. You'll also see the link if you're listening online. You'll see it on our page there, but it's radiogifts.net. And you simply enter in your name and email address so we can stay in touch. And then you will see this world of gifts open up to you, including the gift that Ron is generously making available to you. Those of you who are wanting to tune into Transformational Tuesdays that we're claiming for you and experience Ron's powerful show, you go to Empowered Connections, plural, because it's more than one connections, TV.com. Again, that's empoweredconnectionstv.com. We would love to have you join our channel and appreciate the programming. And those of you who are called maybe to step into that medium as well, I'd love to have a conversation. So feel free to reach out as we are growing that channel and touching the world in a positive way. And then I wanted to bring back the conversation to each of you. That there's a reason you were drawn to this particular show, that you are leaning in, listening, heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Those things that were laid upon your heart that you needed. Be on the lookout for them. Be willing to receive. Expect to have them available to you. So be on the watch out for them. And then answer the call of your heart. Lean in to the amazing gift that you are, to what's being called forth in your life. If you feel at times you're in that cheese, looking out at the world, separated, know that you actually have the power, the ability, and the choice to change that. You can climb out of the cheese and fully embrace life, fully connect. But the key is through your heart, through your gifts, and then a willingness to say yes. And my heart in this, and I hope you can feel my heart is very touched in this area today. You absolutely matter. There's no one else like you. You are absolutely needed. And we miss out when you stay in the cheese. We miss out on your gifts and your heart and all that you are and are called to bring to the world. So I hope your answer is yes, that you will lean into what it is you need. You will lean into that cry and call of your heart and climb out of the cheese, fully step into life, this transformational journey that we get to be on, because you are needed. You're beautifully and wonderfully made on purpose and for a purpose. Wherever you go, whatever you do, may you always, always bloom where you're planted and shine. Talk to you next week.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Women's Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.